So in order to understand whether you're being effective with these management processes or not, is we have to document everything and then monitor everything. So let's kind of go through the ideas that we've put together so far in a rather orderly fashion. First of all, we need to perform our risk assessment. And that means that we're going to need to determine what assets we have, what events might happen to those assets, the vulnerabilities those assets may have, and then looking at the mitigations or the treatments that we want to do for those assets. So we'll determine those potential threats and then calculate out our single loss expectancy. So when I lose an asset, what does that mean to the business? Now, it's important that we take some time to do this and we try to do it as accurately as possible, because that's really what's going to come back as we start to scan and monitor for all of this. Now, we'll determine how often an outage can occur, and that was our annualized rate of occurrence. So we can determine that, over a year, what our loss expectancy is. And this can help us make decisions financially on the kind of controls that we want to put in place. So we'll perform our risk treatment, whatever we decide to do with a particular risk, is, reduction, avoidance, acceptance, transfer it. And here's where the important part is. We need to document this. And now we talked about the risk register and the treatment schedule, but there's other documentation as well that you may include with this, including the management process itself. We looked at the risk management framework. You may have documentation at each and every step of that. Now, with that documentation, now we need to communicate and monitor. And here's where the interpretation of our reporting, basically all the work that we've been doing, will start to occur. Now, we're going to talk about ways to monitor, but monitoring itself means that we're going to now review for changes, and we're also going to see if there's something that we missed. If we did lose a system that we've tried to protect, why did we lose it? Is there another set of controls? And we need to be able to look at that loss and then do the analysis on the loss. How much did it cost to replace it? Did it fail 100% or did it only fail 50%? So as we're looking at the information that we're getting back from whatever tools that we're using, if it's an application that has an outage, if it was an order entry application, do we know how many orders we would usually get in that time frame so that we can measure that loss? And that's what we want to then put back into this process and make sure that we've adjusted for that real life data and occurrence. Well, we've done a lot in this module. Let's take a look at what we've done and where we're going.